signing up clients yourself. It's not sustainable. Everybody has to start off with signing up clients themselves. Most people go through this evolution, is taking on the calls herself. Then we hear about Lex Reception and Call Ruby and different services. These are essentially virtual receptionist service. This is all right, but it's not a sustainable long-term approach. So instead, where we want to be is dedicated intakers and closers. That's where we want to end up at. Dedicated intakers essentially are people who have sales experience. Okay, that's crucial. We'll talk about how to hire them and manage them, all that stuff, but look for people who have sales experience. One is they need to obviously make sure that they're comfortable on the phone, but the actual experience of sales actually matters. It doesn't matter what type of sales. If they have a law firm experience, great, but it's not a requirement, but at the very least, sales experience. And what they do is they talk to prospects on Zoom, ideally, preferred. Your Zoom meetings will be closed on a much higher conversion rate. They have to talk on the phone, that's fine. Second thing that they do is they qualify. Okay, they qualify your leads to see if they could be signed up. They don't answer legal questions necessarily, they just qualify them. They run through a series of questions to see if they're a potential client, and their job is to get them signed up. And then there's the second type that are called high ticket closers. They're higher level salespeople who have extensive sales experience. Okay, and they're also 100% dedicated to you. What they do, same thing, they meet on Zoom. They also get involved with getting the prospects to show up. That means right as soon as they're booked, they send text. That morning they send text to make sure that they show up. Again, they also qualify, and their entire job is to get the retainer agreement signed. And they also obviously follow up. The intakers follow up as well. The biggest difference between the two is just the experience level that they're at, and they're harder to find. They're very harder to find, but they're out there, and there's companies, and I actually had to go, took me 2 or 3 years to find sources of these closers. I'll share those with you. It took a long time to find those, but whatever it is, it's not sustainable and not scalable for you to sign up clients yourself. We want to get you out of that. And also share with you, 100% of my law firm clients are being signed up who are dedicated intakers and high ticket closers who qualify, follow specific call scripts, send retainer agreements, follow up, and sign up clients on behalf of our law firms. I haven't signed up anybody in 4 or 5 years, and I'm signing up more than I ever did, and every month we're growing. So where to find intakers and high ticket closers? If it's intakers, 2 options. Either Upwork, which gives you bigger pool to fish from, or a VA agency. Those are typically the 2 options. These, if you do go through the Upwork route, you should be more open to other countries. This is one of those roles where I don't necessarily look in Philippines to find these really good intakers. Could they be from Philippines? Yes. Do they have to? No. I found through experience that a lot of Spanish-speaking countries have a lot of good salespeople. The top Spanish-speaking VA countries generally are from Ecuador, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Dominican Republic. This insight is coming from LegalSoft, who does this. They have literally 1,000 VAs, and they've already tested out a bunch of different countries, and these are ones that they have best experience from. So if you do put up a Upwork job post, try these countries. You can literally select, I want people from these countries. For some of our law firms, we try to have both in-house and virtual. To have that, the in-house kind of ends up being, our goal with them is to become the manager of these virtual people, so we don't have to manage these VAs ourselves. You can have both, but lower risk is virtual. Start off with that, and then once you have 2 or 3, okay, fine, let me hire 1% in-house to also close and manage. So at least I get my ROI there. Sales is usually going to be on a higher end, and sales should be on the higher end because it's the lifeline of your law firm. So you're not looking for $5, $6 VAs. If anything, I'm looking for anything above 10, 15 plus performance-based incentives, which we could talk about as well. So on the higher end, it doesn't matter, honestly. It's just about how good they are. So if they're really, really good, then they're well worth however much. I don't want to say a number to throw people off, but it just depends on how good they are. But the short gist of it is, on a monthly basis, every intaker should have a clear goal of how many clients you want them to sign up. Okay, it's very clear. October, 12 clients. That's number 1. And if you do get 12 clients, I'll give you this level 1 tier bonus. If you get to 15, give it this much. If you get to 20, give it this much. Number 1, by you creating this goal, right away, your performance will be 50% better, but just simple line, just by literally just saying a goal. And then if you want to increase even further, like I would say 20, 30% boost, depending on how much that intaker is incentivized. Everybody has different motivations. Then you'll see a really good boost from there. Don't try to do, per client signups. That's not ideal for multiple reasons. TGI is the word: tracking, goals, and incentives. So make sure ideally your intakers have those 3 components. Hire 2 people with extensive sales experience, and all your worries will be solved. 1 person, you have no idea whether they're good or not. You have nothing to compare them to. But when you have 2 and you give them a goal and objective, but then in the month, oh, this person closed 8 clients, this person closed 3 clients. Okay, so maybe this person who closed 3 wasn't good. If you would have only had the person who only closed 3 clients by themselves, you would have never known. So always just hire 2 at a time, especially when it comes to sales. Hire 2 with extensive sales experience. Everybody should have an SOP of your qualifications of your clients. Build it as a tree. You ask questions about them. If they answer like this, it breaks into different trees. And then second is you throw into ChatGPT. You throw all that into ChatGPT and you say, now I'm going to give you facts of the case. And I want you to decipher which type of visa the client could apply for. And then see what it says. And then over time, you correct it if it's wrong. No, this is it. And you give it the facts of the case, see what it says, you correct it, continue doing that. After you do that for 10 times, now you have an AI agent that could qualify immigration clients for you, estate planning clients for you. That could be used for trainings for your team. That could be used for you, different things. That's the way I kind of think about it. Where to find VAs? That's shared in the vendors list. It took me a couple of years to find these resources. Got exposed to how to get closers 4 years ago, and it helped grow a lot of things. There's a couple of different options, and it changes all the time based on different things that I hear. I'm trying to move things around, delete things based on what I see in here. We've been hearing relatively good things about Overpass. They source salespeople, intakers, and closers. Look, and it's not like one particular company is necessarily better. It's just about, sometimes you may even just get lucky. So it might be a bad company, but you get good VAs, or it's a good company, you get bad VAs, vice versa, whatever. So, kind of luck of the draw. Try to overhire to find those superstars. So that's probably right now, if it was me right now trying to hire intakers, it would be Overpass, or I would use the LegalSoft. The LegalSoft is the other one. As you guys know, my mentor, Hamid, runs LegalSoft. They're probably the most robust, biggest VA company right now. They do a really good job of filtering through these VAs. I should probably put LegalSoft here. But they do a good job of filtering through VAs, interviewing them, hiring them, and they have a good training as well. So they train for specific practice types, and then they hand them off to you. So pretty good value for, I believe, for like $2K or $2,200 a month. That's one. Other one, Sales Recruiting University. I've signed up for this. More higher tickets. Again, sales is very important. If you find the right salespeople, then they could help you a lot. So that's another source, and there's a bunch of other ones. I don't want to go through each one. There's some expensive ones that I would not sign up. All my notes and stuff are here for you. Check them out. So that's how you kind of find and source high ticket closers. At the very least, if you've never been through this step and you don't have intakers, start off with just intakers first. And then if you're kind of more looking to kind of grow and scale past that, then high ticket closers is where it's at.